Dee Dee Drake's hometown is smack dab in the middle of nowhere.
It's hard to explain why anybody would want to live in such a remote place to the people who don't understand it. And living on a farm, you have the joys of being amongst the agriculture. I love the fields, I love the smells and the sounds and everything that comes with it. But there's also a beauty to living in the middle of nowhere.
But it's also in the middle of everything. Welcome to Chestnut, Illinois, the geographic center of the state. That distinction is the focus of an old marketing effort under revival by Drake's group, the Chestnut Geocenter. She loves Chestnut, and she thinks you'd like it too. In eastern Logan County, Chestnut is about 50 miles southeast of Peoria, 50 miles northeast of Springfield, and 30 miles southwest of Bloomington.
Heart of ag country.
Chestnut was founded in 1872, named after a conductor of the railroad that pushes through town. The population has always been about 250 people.
Chestnut's always been a small town. Way back when, early 1900s, we actually had about 3 or 4 different storefronts, grocery stores, a hardware store, mercantile center. We had the restaurant. There used to be 3 different bars in this town, which is now a dry town. It's pretty much the grain elevator, a bank, and a restaurant. And that's pretty much what we're down to business-wise.
Still, for more than a century, Chestnut quietly has kept going as a peaceful community for raising a family.
Well, it's a good place. I've lived there 86 years. It's a good place to grow up, you know.
Then, in 1992, Gary Calvert came along.
Gary Calvert was a student in Peoria from Mid-State College, and he had this idea to find the exact center of Illinois. He found it was just right outside of Chestnut. And he came to our town with this idea of building a monument, getting recognition. The town at first was a little leery. You know, you come into this little bitty town of 200 and some people and start talking about tourism and all these people coming in. Well, every kind of looked at him a little odd.
The Illinois State Geological Survey checked his figures and said he was right about Chestnut.
He was off by just a few feet. The exact center of Illinois is down Illinois 54, 1 mile down, and about 1,300 feet into a cornfield.
But it's hard to market the middle of a cornfield. Calvert wowed Chestnut with the idea of promoting the place with t-shirts, ball caps, and other tchotchkes boasting Chestnut, the center of Illinois.
He really loved the quaintness of the small town and the community spirit, and he didn't want to see the small towns dying. So that was one of the things that I think drew him to this project.
Chestnut boosters sold bricks to raise funds to put a monument in the middle of town. The 1993 dedication drew state officials, along with Charles Kuralt of CBS News Sunday Morning.
We put the monument up first with the bricks, and then we added the gardens and such, and it gets a little larger every year.
Calvert wanted it to get a lot larger. He suggested building a tower hundreds of feet into the sky to really draw attention to Chestnut. But before he could do anything more for the town, he died in 1994. Still, the town would hold a yearly event in the park to celebrate its center of the state designation. We
are about to do our next celebration this June, and we're going to continue the tradition. We started calling it a fun day, is what we started marketing it as. We try to be very family-centered. So June 1st, it's a Saturday of this year, but we're going to have bounce houses for the kids, face painting, balloon animals. We're going to have craft and food vendors out. We have 4 placards, one on each corner, that are representing kind of what the committee believed to be the foundation of our town. So we have a placard for agriculture, family, and the railroad. So we have those 3 corner designs, and then we have the geographical center on the last corner.
Indeed, on any given day, the monument might bring tourists to town.
There's quite a few people who stop. They go through the bricks. I think a lot of people who have ties to the community from way back when.
In fact, Chestnut enjoyed one brief moment of nationwide intrigue.
The geographical center of Illinois was a Jeopardy question, and getting Alec Trebek to talk about Chestnut, Illinois was highlight of my day. So that was like the late 90s.
Did they get it right?
I don't think anybody got it right.
But in Chestnut, she says, it's all right.
the quietness, the camaraderie, your neighbors. I mean, there's people I've known here all my life, and I have friends that range from 18 to 86 that I consider close and dear. And I don't think that happens so much when you are in the large cities and the metropolitan areas and so disconnected. So the middle of nowhere sometimes isn't a bad place to be.